actually have some pretty good players starting us off here. We got Colbol and Dizzkid versus 4% and Boyd. So multiple ice climbers in teams, not something you're used to seeing, but we're getting it right off the bat here. And Nana goes down already for Boyd. Looks like 4% actually killed Boyd's Nana on accident.
By accident?
Yeah. Especially with these colored ice climbers, it's probably kind of hard to tell which Nana is which, honestly.
It's so hard to tell. I almost wish that there were 2 tags, one for each climber, right? Yeah, but ice climbers are pretty weird on teams because on the one hand, you might be able to get wobbles, but it's really gated by time much more in teams than it is in singles.
Yeah. So I team with Chu, and I have the experience of my teammate wobbling, obviously, but it's kind of fun, actually. It turns into like a little mini game where you're just trying to keep the other teammate away while your opponent, while your teammate just gets the opponent as much damage as they can with the wobble. There goes Diz, and pretty even so far. Colbol has not yet died, though, so slight lead for red team.
So I think when one person's getting wobbled in teams, you really want to do like a 2-1-2-1 split where the person getting wobbled has his teammate walling out like the person who's getting wobbled, preventing them from getting to the action. Yeah,
exactly. And if you do it well enough, that can lead to a free kill, honestly.
Certainly, yeah.
But it does take a little while.
A little longer than usual, right?
Yeah, for sure. Colbol goes down, but almost gets the up throw up air.
Pretty interesting that they elected to start on FD all stages.
Yeah, I feel like FD definitely ends up being a much more common starter in teams than in singles.
Really?
I guess it kind of makes sense because the chain grabs aren't as much of a factor.
It's true,
and the lack of platforms can kind of just open up the fighting a bit more.
Right. I feel like the entire ground floor is just like a Shark Tank, though, with the setup. Oh, that ice block was amazing.
Yeah, really good stuff by Diz there.
Yeah.
And Diz, so along with Chu, I think Diz and Chu are definitely the premier teams Ices players.
Nice.
It's really hard to play Ices effectively in teams, but honestly, Boyd is showing that he's no slouch either. The fact that he's been keeping up, you kind of just have to accept with Ices in teams that you're not going to have Nana most of the time.
Right. But I would say Diz is actually holding on to his Nana pretty well.
Yeah.
I think for all the time I've been watching him, he's been with Nana threatening wobbles with his neutral game.
Yeah.
Whereas like Boyd has been losing Nana a little bit more easily. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was the young Daraki wall jump from Colbol coming out. Colbol also doing a great job of holding his stocks. On top of all the damage he's been outputting.
For someone at 131, he's moving quite recklessly.
Yeah. But yeah, still not a huge lead for red team here, but they're definitely opening it up a little bit.
Yeah. So one thing I really like that I'm seeing from Diz at the moment is that he just parks himself in areas where, like, he just makes it really clear that there's just help is not coming. And if you want to help your friend, you're gonna have to get through him.
Right.
And he's just like sitting there waiting for you.
Yeah, yeah.
It can be pretty demoralizing. So.
For sure.
Diz loses Nana, but...
Ooh, great shine, and that might be it. There it is.
Yeah, Puff is a bit of a hard 2v1 character.
Yeah, definitely, especially against Fox and Ices, both who can deal the damage very quickly. And obviously, Puff gets to kill percent much quicker than most of the cast.
Definitely. And one of the limitations of like a Puff team is that it takes a long time for you to reach your partner to even attempt to help them.
Yeah.
And against characters as quick and as like sturdy as Ice Climbers and Fox, right? I think that can definitely be like a pretty big challenge.
For sure. So we'll see what 4% and Boyd have up their sleeve as far as a counter pick goes. It's not going to be a huge deal as far as counter pick goes. I think they're probably just going to try to pick somewhere to keep Jigglypuff alive. Oh, actually they go Yoshi's.
Interesting.
Yeah. So definitely a bit of a risky pick, but the fact that everyone's a bit closer together might help them out here. Ooh, another shine, and 4% might be done here.
Might be dead off of it.
Oh, he waits for the cloud.
Oh my god. Colbol's too sick.
Wow, that was Really, really good edge guarding from Colbol.
Too sick.
Against Puff of all characters. One of the hardest characters to edge guard in the game.
Seriously.
And turned that into a kill, even with the great recovery from 4% waiting for the cloud.
Pretty much Jigglypuff never dies off of the bottom of the screen, right? Like, she'll die up and occasionally to the side, right? But
yeah.
Off the bottom?
It's very rare for her to fully run out of jumps and not be able to recover.
Right, right.
So great start for red team. They're definitely off to a quicker lead this match, which is not a good look for blue team, or for blue team. They definitely nice little edge grab there from 4%, but he's already down a couple stocks here. He needs to play a little bit safer for the rest of the match for them to have a good chance.
Yeah, Boyd this time is stock tanking a little bit for his team. But as Sopo, there's sometimes like you almost feel like you want to just SD so that you get rid of your like relatively less useful stock.
Yeah.
So that you can actually have like a stock where you have both climbers, but
right.
That flies in the face of like what Teams is about, you know? Like
yeah. It's
a bit of a dilemma.
Exactly. It's kind of unfortunate when you're at high percent and you keep getting knocked away. You just got to recover with Sopo, and you're wishing you had Nana. But wow,
that was sick.
Yeah, great setup there.
Yeah.
But 4% goes down again early. That being said, it's a very even match right now.
Oh yeah, like going by stocks, I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
like, they really brought it back. But that was like a convergence of two of the strongest things in the game, like a wobble into a rest.
Yeah.
And like the end of the wobble probably reset Jigglypuff too. So
right.
That's sick. Yeah, so I think Colbol's really doing a very good job containing 4%. Like, 4%'s really trying hard to like get himself into these situations, but Colbol's just like on top of them this whole time.
Right. And again, I don't know about the Yoshi's counter pick because 4% has definitely died early a couple times here where he wouldn't have died on another stage.
He lost like 2 stocks in like about like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Oh my god, yeah, that was
great
amazing.
Teams combo.
What do you think of Nintendo's Ice Climbers out of curiosity on Teams?
He, as far as I know, he mostly has switched to Jig, so good stuff to Colbol and Diz, taking it pretty solidly there. Not a bad showing from 4% and Void, but yeah, Diz showing he's definitely one of